What's up, everybody? Welcome to an episode of the Paintball Lounge. And yes, I know everybody's waiting for the interview with I Hate Paintball is like just in the background. Y'all see before you is I Hate Paintball. Yes, they're gonna be on the show soon. Um, I don't know if it's Nick. I don't know which one's gonna be. It's gonna be Nick or Joey. It could be both. I don't know, but I Hate Paintball will be coming down soon. But before we get started with it, this if y'all want to know, I'm actually wearing the hat that I got from them. This is made by them. It's great material. It's like one of these hats that you can fold it to be like a cowboy, kind of like this. That's it's up to you. However you want to do it. I'm probably gonna leave it like this. I don't know. It's just me. But there's something I have to say. I am feeling. Last time you all not noticed, I did took a break from playing, and um, and I'm just letting y'all know that I'm feeling a little bit better myself, a little bit better. As well as this, y'all seen the videos on the YouTube channel, me shooting people, like doing rec ball / practice. That's the new thing I'm gonna be doing because I have a GoPro session 5, and I'm actually enjoying it. I'm actually enjoying it pretty damn well. So another thing is that like I said, I also want to tell you this, that I did hurt my foot. Kind of sprained it pretty bad, to where that, well, not too bad where I'm getting surgery or anything, but it just hurts. I sprained it during while I was swimming at my house. So yeah, and I was at work and I was in a lot of pain. So, and I was also in a lot of pain while I was playing. So I had to get it checked and everything. So, and then they did some x-rays. I'm not telling y'all most of it. I'm just telling y'all that I will still be taking a break from playing because of the fact that, hey, I sprained my foot. But yeah. So, like I said, at 5, so you can say that this part of the show that it's going to be like a pre-show or something like that until Joey or Nick comes, or both of them. But I'm just letting y'all know that I am feeling much better. I'm just letting my foot heal. And that's why I have this podcast interview, in case this shit happens. If, I can't play, if I can't do anything like that for a while, well, I can still be part of the community by, doing this, doing podcast interviews, doing product reviews, which if y'all haven't, seen, if y'all haven't seen yet, on one of my rec ball, is that hey, Drew Bankston, shout out to LEX and Drew Bankston, they came out with their own version of the JT. JT gave them a customized pod pack. If y'all seen it, y'all will know that it felt really good. It didn't cover my whole stomach or anything. I know it was big. I'm still big, and I'm not huge, but I'm fluffy. So yeah. But other than that, if y'all have not got a JT profile, not the YouTube profile, sorry, a JT pod pack, or try it out, go ahead and go to LEX and try them out and everything. So I highly recommend. They're really great pod packs. So, and shout out to Drew for letting me try it out. Letting me for hey, thank you for letting me try it out, and do a product review of it. That was pretty awesome to do something like that. And it's a great pod pack. I really think it's a great pod pack. And I know y'all are just anxious, and I know you're waiting for the time that, hey, I Hate Paintball for the interview. It's been a long time since we did an interview. So, it's been a while. Yeah, it's been quite a while. So having this interview, I think the last interview we did was Jeff. So shout out to you, Jeff, and Fuck the Press, that was an awesome interview. So hopefully this would tops it, or I hope it tops it, but we don't know. But it's gonna be a great interview. Well, something to know, I actually met Joey and Nick at LEX. I had no idea who they were. I really didn't. until, like, a buddy of mine, Mike. If y'all don't know who Mike is, he's the ambassador um, of the Paintball Lounge, and he's the one that actually introduced me to Joey and Nick. And they told me that I got a thing called Ihatepaintball, and we're going to go deep with them because they know more of the history of Ihatepaintball, and we're going to talk about them and everything about in the interview and everything. So just, like I said, I'm starting the live stream now because of that. I want to get whatever I need to get off my chest, tell you how I am and everything. Because last time we talked, I was saying I was, gonna take a break. And I'm feeling, but like I said, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm feeling more of myself. It sucks that hey, I sprained my foot. It sucks though because I can't play, which means that I'm not able to play the upcoming King of the South till my foot heals. Because when you have a sprained foot, I think it takes about 6 weeks to heal and everything. No physical therapy for me. No, there's gonna be no physical therapy for me, and there's no physical therapy for me or anything like that. Which is fine with me. I know I'm playing with my hat a lot, so sorry about that. It's just a comfy hat. So yeah, it's just a comfy hat. I don't care what y'all think. It's a really comfy hat. I just don't wear it that much because of the fact that I don't want to get torn or anything like that, because it's a really awesome hat, and this means a lot to me because it's three of my friends, two of them, Ihatepaintball made this, and it represents Drew. So it's just, I'm not getting rid of this thing. No way. So another thing is I want to tell y'all this is that I'm thinking about purchasing a or payment plan, to be exact, of the 180R. And the reason why I want to is because of the fact that it was during the 1v1 tournament, the last 1v1 tournament at LAX, and I think it was Nigel who had it. It was the green and dust black. I think it was called the gray or green Predator mode. Even though I don't think that shouldn't have been Predator, because it did not look like no. If it was more like a black and green and call it Viper, then that would be sick. But anyway, he had one, he has one, and I'm like, I'm gonna try it, hold it and everything. And so I hold it, and it really, I have big hands. So I have big hands. My hands can actually fit the can cover the whole, if I wanted to cover the whole of the LV2 handle, the front grip. But when I hold that grip of the 180R, I was like, holy crap, my hand could fit this. I have a good sturdy grip on it, and I have big hands. So I'm like, you know what? Maybe I should think about getting this as a backup gun. Maybe I should get this as a backup gun just to have, just in case, because I need to start thinking about when I come back to playing tournaments after my foot heals. I would like to have a backup gun just in case, just in case to have, in case my LV2 goes down or something like that. Then I'm like, oh, okay, my LV2 goes down. I got a spare gun, locked and loaded, ready to go. So, it's just something to think, it's just something to think about. But I hope everybody's doing all right, and I hope everybody's doing all right, and I hope everybody's still supporting the channel, even though we haven't been posting that much. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing all right. No, I miss y'all. I really did miss y'all. That's the thing about y'all, that it's I do miss y'all. I really do. I mean, and now since I'm gonna be out for, you know, I'm gonna be out for a while, I have a lot of stuff to like, think about. A lot of stuff to think about, and a lot of stuff to do. So we're just waiting. Right now, we're just waiting on the clock. Um, you know, if y'all think I look silly, that's because of the hat. I know I look silly or everything, but I'm supporting, I am supporting the company because of the fact that they're not just our sponsors. It's, you know, it's just, we've been waiting. Um, that's another thing I need to say again. We've been waiting to do this since the first season. The first season, it was supposed to be I Hate Paintball. So with the scheduling and everything from me, as well as with I Hate Paintball, the scheduling was horrible. We couldn't find a right time to do it, and now now we have the right time. Now we have the right time to do it. We're like, you know what? Let's do it today. I get off of work at 4, and it was perfect. So we finally getting them on the street on the paintball lounge, and like I said, it's just like a pre-show because I want to get something off my chest, and that way, once the real show starts, it's gonna be lots of fun. Um, Another thing is that there's on a side note, I just recently looked at the pictures of the Soda Cats. So Matt, Tug, everyone on the Soda Cats loves the jerseys. Um, they're really great. The jerseys are really great. I have no doubt in my mind like those jerseys are not killers. Those things I like them. I actually think it. To be honest with you, what I thought the jersey was gonna be when y'all announced it was gonna be like a cat, like kind of like what y'all have. Like for beer cats, it's the kind of like a I can't remember. It's like a cougar or an actual cat or a bobcat or whatever. Drinking beer or riding a beer. Or I thought it was gonna be the same thing, but it would be a root beer bottle or Coca-Cola bottle or something like that. But never I thought it would be that color blue and everything. But it looks really fire. So you know, kudos to y'all, for making that jersey. That they're pretty cool. Y'all probably also wondering why I was not showing up. I didn't show up for the LEX, so I'm sorry. I am very sorry that I did not stream the tournament for LEX's event 3. You know, I had a lot on my mind, and I had to like work. I had other stuff going on, so I'm not getting into too detail about that. But I had other stuff going on, and I couldn't make it. So I'm sorry, and that's another thing, y'all. I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer or anything. I'm not, but I'm just letting y'all know this. If I cannot make it to a tournament to like stream it and everything, it's because either I have other plans, or I'm doing something a little bit bigger for the podcast and for my brand, because I'm trying, because the goal is we're trying to get people to play more paintball, but it's also to spread the paintball lounge, like trying to get more people to listen to the podcast, more people to actually play the sport and everything. So, but yeah, it was just something that I just need to say a couple times. Let's see. I think there was another thing I need to talk about. And like I said, I'm not scripting this. This is not script. That was one thing. To answer a question from somebody that did ask me this one time at LEX, I think it was the same day that I was recording the very first one, the very first rec ball / practice that day when I was doing 2 videos. That person, one person on my team asked me that, do I like when I do my podcast, like what do I do and what I do not do? And I just said it not too long ago. Fuck. Um, now I remember. One thing I don't do is script. I don't script it. I never script. Mm-mm. And people ask me 1,000 times why don't I script it? Because I like to be natural. I like to go with the flow. I like to go with the flow and like to ask the questions like, what I think will be really great to talk about. So I just go with the flow and I stick with the questions that's underneath the topic. And as well as I ask y'all's whatever questions y'all ask me, yeah. But yeah, it's gonna be a fun interview, and y'all buy merches. Y'all still loving the Paintball Lounge, or if y'all have any ideas about it, what can we do? What can we not do? Please let me know. Please let me know. As well as support the channel, and as well as buy merchandises and stuff like that. It doesn't have to be big. You don't have to buy a package deal. You don't have to buy this or buy that. Just show the love and support you got for the Paintball Lounge, and show it to everybody. Your friends, your family, loved ones, whatever. But just show them out love. But if y'all do, thank you very much. Very appreciated. And I'm well appreciated. Really am. But there was another question that I do want to get on my that I do want to say before we get started. And my question is this: it was another person on that same video of the rec ball last weekend, where I was playing with my best friend and my two best friends. Well, my best friend and one and my ambassador. Sorry, and I think it was on the opposite team. A lot of people ask me this question, like, am I crazy? All right. Well, I'll answer that question later. All right, let's get Joey on. What's up, Joey? Welcome to the stream.
Can you hear me?
Y'all, this is Joey from Ihatepaintball.
Hey.
So how are you
mic
today,
working?
bud? Yep, we can hear you.
Okay, cool. Cool.
So how are you, bud?
I'm living the dream.
I
trying
bet
to
you
figure all this out.
Yeah, it's a little bit of work, but it's very simple.
And install Google Chrome.
Oh, really? You could have done an Edge.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
I have a MacBook.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? Sorry, I don't touch that thing. I
Big
will not
Apple
touch a
guy.
MacBook. I'm sorry, I would never touch a MacBook with a 10-foot pole.
And pretty much every device I have is an Apple product.
I don't touch it because of the fact that they're sensitive.
I don't know. I'm not smart enough for Windows. I don't know how to install anything, drivers, none of that.
Shoot. Hey, I'm going IT, so maybe I can help you with that. Shoot. And have you noticed I'm wearing your hat?
I did. I love that.
I've never worn this hat since I bought it. It stays on my on behind my door, nice and neat. I want to get rid of this beauty. It's comfortable.
I think we're making more soon.
Really? What color?
I'm not 100%. It just depends on a conversation we have with Drew.
Well,
I'm just gonna leave everything alone. It's working. I don't need a silly background. we can look out my window.
Sure. Oh man. So let's get started. How long you been playing paintball?
I started playing paintball in 2005.
Holy shit! Older than me. Holy shit.
Yeah, the first time we went out was for my buddy's birthday at LAX. It was a much different field back then.
Yeah, that was when I think that was when Drew started doing like hyperball and
Yeah,
um
it was a hyperball field and a woods ball field,
yeah.
um, and and an airball field for a little bit, but
Hmm.
that kind of died off like 2006 ish, 2007.
I mean, a lot of stuff was upgrading by then. I mean, but look at LAX now.
Yeah, it's wild.
It's wild. I mean, trust me. Like you and Nick are like kind of like the veterans of LAX as well as PG. I can't ignore him as well as the other veterans. But
Yeah, I'm just like regular old school. I'm not super. I'm no David Dara, you know.
no, no, but you're kind of famous in a way. You are.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I'm like a C list paintball celebrity.
so how long you and Nick some friendship like are
Me
you like
and Nick met in I think 2010, 2011.
oh wow.
Yeah, and
Dang, so
yeah, we've been hanging out pretty much ever since.
y'all live together?
No, we've never lived together. Yeah,
Well, the way that y'all travel together is bound to happen. I can't
yeah.
say any, I can't
He's,
say anything. Me and my best friend
he's
been
my
best friends.
hetero life mate.
I can't say anything. Me and my best friend been best friends for 25 years. So
Yeah.
if shoot, but oh man, it but so yeah, like so you've been playing for since 2005. Like, do you love the sport? Like, do you?
Yeah. I wouldn't hang out if I didn't like paintball. The name is a joke,
Yeah,
you
we're gonna
know.
get to that. A lot of people are asking me about that.
Yeah, no, we get it all the time. And the people that get it really get it. The people who don't, they don't, and like it is what it is.
Right. It was a joke word, and now it turned to a company,
Yeah,
which
pretty
is
much.
actually
Yeah,
it's pretty shocking. So I mean, we could both relate to that because mine just came from just out of the blue, just out of the blue.
yeah. That's pretty much how this all started. But I'm sure we'll get into that. I don't want to jump ahead.
Yeah. So did you play any tournaments when you started playing? Like, did you play?
Um, so the first couple of tournaments I played was like 2008, I
Hmm.
think. There was a rookie. That's what they used to be called, a rookie 3-man at Shell Shock Paintball, which is
Hmm.
no longer with us. Rest in peace. Um, and it was me, this kid Brian Darcy,
Hmm.
and this kid Ryan Abney. Yeah, it was before I had met Nick, but yeah, we played the whole series of those. I think we lost to the paintball command team. If I'm 100% honest, I'm not sure,
Sure.
but we got second in every one of them and took second overall. I think first place was like a proto rail or like an invert mini for the whole series.
Oh God.
I think I won a pod pack that I couldn't sell, and I eventually just threw away.
Well, at least yours was you can use
Yeah,
because I remember the Inver Mini. Ugh. Oh my God.
I had a pretty sick mini for a while. It was like it had the word serial killer milled in the side of it. It was tight. I traded a rotor for it on PB Nation.
Oh. Well, I guess yeah. Yeah, that's really good. Bang for your buck.
Yeah.
Literally.
Um, yeah.
But,
And then after that, like I played a few like 3-man locals just like
mhm.
around Louisiana. It wasn't the tournament scene in Louisiana wasn't as like heavy as it is now. Um, but after that, I started playing like CFOAs,
Mhm.
um, which are like kind of the equivalent of like a USXBL now,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Up in like North Carolina, and then a couple of GFOAs in like the Georgia area.
Mhm.
And then I played PSP Chicago in 2010. We got dead last in D4 X Ball. And then I went into my senior year of high school and started crushing beers and smoking cigs and trying to get girls to talk to me, which didn't work out super well because all I knew how to talk about was paintball. Um, yeah, and then I quit for several years, and now I think I play paintball again. I'm not 100%. I don't really have a whole lot of free time anymore, so I play
No,
mechanical when I have the time to play mechanical.
yeah, but I mean, mechanical kind of fits your style.
Yeah.
It, oh, now we just got a comment from Drew Banks, and shout out to you, man. That and now now you are a ICPL All Star.
I am an ICPL All Star.
Well,
I consider myself more of a golfer.
well, that's my second sports, golf.
Nice.
So, but now, yeah, we're going to talk about that. ICPL. So, your experience with ICPL, like, is it fun? Like,
Yeah, it's the most fun.
really?
I think it has a lot to do with the people because
Mm-hmm.
the 10-man team is like 50% beer cats,
Yeah.
like 30% washed up LAX guys, me, Nick. And like I don't mean that in a bad way. It's just like we do not practice at all.
No, y'all don't. But y'all
Yeah,
still good.
yeah, and then we just go hang out. About by the second point of the day is when we kind of realize we don't have a shot at winning the tournament. Then we
Mhm.
just drink beers, hang out, go bowling. You know,
Sure.
go 15 deep into a restaurant on a Saturday night with no reservation. That's
Yeah.
always a treat for me.
Man, I wish I can go now. Shoo. I would love to
It's a
play
good time.
ICPL. Damn, I would love to check. See, that's the thing about ICPL. I just like how when watching it, like especially me when I'm watching it and everything, it's like one of those goals I always want to play. It's like in the bucket list. I wanted to play ICPL with my buds.
Yeah,
So
it's super cool because I took a big break playing like even keeping up with tournament paintball. So like going to ICPL is like it's like all the dudes I grew up watching, like Mike Paxton's there, Chris Lasoya, Billy
yeah,
Wing, like all these like legends, and then there are younger guys there too who are pro now. Um, but like yeah, it's like it doesn't feel as like
it doesn't feel like an NXL.
it doesn't feel as serious as an NXL, which it is. Like people are taking it very seriously, but
Yeah.
the like tone and like the energy there, in my opinion, people seem more approachable. Everybody's kind of just having a good time. We're shooting emacs at each other.
Oh yeah.
Nobody's really yelling.
And they change it, like they always change it because I think the last time I watched an ICPL was it had to be I think in Florida. I think that was the Sunshine event in Florida.
Yeah, at Tiki's. We played
Yeah.
that the past 2 years.
Yeah, it was during that time, and I was watching it at I was working at Kohl's. So this was like 2019, and I was watching it, and it's like it was just the way it was, it was more relaxed to watch. And I was like this, I was actually enjoying it. I was like,
It's
man, where's
it's
the
a
do that?
much slower pace.
It is very much slower pace,
It does
but
pick up and it does get kind of intense. But it's not. It's a slower pace, but like the games are more important. Like
right,
if we're gonna play, let me think of a 10-man, like the Jungle Lizards. If we have a match against them, we're only
yeah,
gonna play them once. Where if we were playing them in X Ball, if we drop a point,
yeah,
like in 2 minutes, we get to go back out there and play them again. But like in 10-man, if you lose the point, you have to go sit down for an hour and a half and like
Shit.
think about how you suck, and then you lose the second one, and you're like, okay, well,
So literally,
let me get in that ice chest real quick. Let's loosen up.
so what? So literally, after for the 10 men, you're literally sitting down for an hour, drinking as much beer, water, or anything, and you're fresh and you're ready to go. Oh
Yeah,
shit!
yeah.
I need to do that.
I think you play 7 games in the prelims, and it's 4 the first day and 3 on Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you make the cut, you just go right into the quarterfinals or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never made it that far. I don't know.
All that. Then we got this one. It says, the time that you turned into a World War II field general at the WCPL, and which lead, I guess, Team 13 to a landslide victory.
Actually, we're LAX Machine now. We're not involved with Team 13 anymore.
I'm used to saying it. Okay.
Um,
It's so used. I'm so used to saying that. So
yeah. So at the WCPL, Drew tells this story much better than I do. It was like the WCPL, I think is the name of the tournament series. It was another tournament in Florida. We played like 5 of our 7 games on the first day. So it's Sunday. Our first game is on this giant field covered in like old boats and tires.
yeah.
And like we have to win the first game. And we all have timers on the back of our guns. I think there was like 4 or 5 minutes left in the 12-minute point. And Drew was on like, I guess what you would call like the Dorito side. And he was kind of on an island, so I worked my way over there. And then me and Drew walked. I shit you not, we walked down the field, shooting the entire team in the back, and and we won. I didn't run the flag. I don't do that. That's not my job.
So you did dead man walking?
No. It wasn't a dead man walk. I just I remembered how to play paintball for 5 full minutes and pulled a point out.
Wow, that's crazy. Just walk. So you just basically walked and you just saw everybody, saw the targets, and just shoot them.
Yeah, I think me and Drew killed like 4 or 5 people walking down the field.
Wow, that's just awesome. I mean, see, that's what I'm talking about. See, I see any tournaments like that, and you know that my buddy, I trust my buddy or anything. That's something I need to do. Like that's really on the bucket list, without a doubt.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. X-Ball is cool, and I would love to have the time to invest in X-Ball. It's just I can't commit to a practice schedule.
Right.
It's just with work and being an adult.
I think that's why we have paintball, because that way we can not be an adult.
Yeah.
It's our way. It's our time to actually act like kids in a way.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how you look at it.
Just what beer.
My approach to it is it's for fun.
Yeah, of course.
I like playing the occasional tournament, and I like playing 10-man, but like the amount of dedication that goes into like competing in like nationally, like playing in XLs, it is a lot of work, and every team that is playing on that level is putting in that work, and
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
It's not the easiest thing to pull off when you're also like trying to, establish yourself in your career field and stuff.
I mean, it is very it's time consuming, that's for sure, because you gotta practice mostly every Sunday, so you get your fundamentals right and everything else, and then when the day comes, either you got it or you don't got it, and it's good that you're you want to invest it, but what you're doing right now, it's good enough where you're content and you're having the greatest time of your life.
Yeah, and I think the whole I hate paintball thing too is kind of a way to feel involved in tournament paintball, but not playing. I still get to go to tournaments, I still get to hang out, and support teams and stuff. Right. But I don't have to bring my gear, and I get to hang out and drink beers and
plus you don't have to go through
new people.
Yeah, you don't have to go through that the airport with with all the tank thing and everything, and you don't have to worry about someone stealing your gear, and you're like, oh, I didn't bring my gear. That's okay.
Yeah. No, I just get to push garbage at people and try to take money out of their pocket and put it into mine and Nick's pocket.
Well, hey, I mean, y'all stuff is still good. I mean, y'all stuff is one of the best. I mean, I'm a prime example. I mean, but yeah. So let's go ahead and talk about Ihatepaintball, because there's a lot to talk about that. Because since you and Nick are the owners and founders of it, so there's a lot of people ask me about y'all. So one of the main questions is this, like, how did it all start? Like, where did the joke came from, and why did you blossom it from it?
So I don't know how many people that like would know about the I Hate Paintball thing know me and Nick's buddy James DeVore, but me and him are both we don't hold on to anything. So like we're constantly like buying and selling like paintball guns and just stuff that we don't need. And dealing with like the BSTs on Facebook is very annoying. There's a lot of people. I am like really considering doing a video on like how to go about purchasing things on the internet. Everybody wants to see like breachwear and all this. None of this stuff matters in my opinion.
Right.
And then like just being frustrated about that kind of like started us saying it. And then we would just say it at tournaments. It was always like we played paintball. Like when we were all playing together, we would play, but we always complained about it. Right. Another thing was we always said was when's lunch. But yeah, we just consistently just started saying I hate paintball, and how it started like officially was we were playing Xbox one night, me, Nick, James, and Austin, and there was a 2v2 tournament at Lavina that was 15 balls a second, and something happened where we were talking about that, and I was like, we should just play as I Hate Paintball, and I was like, I'm gonna go see if the domain name's available. IHatePaintball.com was like $500-600, and IHatePaintball.net was like 20. Wow. So that is why it's .net. Yeah, and then we played under IHatePaintball.net at the Lavina 2v2 15 balls a second tournament. I think me and Nick got like fourth. Yeah, we got fourth. Yeah, and where the like .net comes from, like the hats that we sell that just say .net on them,
right,
is when they were calling us to be on the field, they would just say I hate paintball. And we kept yelling, you have to, like, .net, you have to say the .net, say the whole name. So that's where that started as well.
Right. So now it's just simple to say, hey, .net. Just
yeah, the .net.
We already know who you are.
The .net.
So, and I do know this, that I remember y'all doing I Hate Paintball as I think it was a 5-minute LAX. Y'all were wearing the cotton candy jerseys.
Yeah, that's the second LAX tournament we played as I Hate Paintball, and we sucked. We got shit on that tournament.
I remember because I think I was there watching y'all, and I think Q and you and Nick were playing it, and I think I said this. Oh, look, it's the cotton candies.
Yeah, those jerseys are sick.
I'm like, hey, it's the cotton candies.
Yeah, I was calling them the Trix yogurt.
Silly rabbit chicks are for kids.
Yeah.
But no, y'all took, yeah, but I like the idea that y'all took just a joke, like, you know, just like, oh, I hate paintball and everything, and turn into this like company. And now y'all are just like, you know, I've seen y'all going like different places.
We committed to doing the entire Bunkerfest season. I think we have one in August coming up.
Yeah, the shootout.
Two more after that, I believe. The Bunkerfest dudes, man, Chris and Jeff, and like the entire team. I haven't met every one of them, so I'm not going to start rattling off names. But everything Chris is doing is super solid, and without him, like putting on that first Bunkerfest in Texas, and saying like vendors were free. Like me and Nick had like a couple of T-shirts and stickers, and drove all the way out there. And without him doing that, like honestly, I don't think we would be as far as we are right now. So shout out to Chris Rangel.
Oh yeah, shout out to you, Jeff and Chris and all them. Yeah, and I think when you were saying there was 2 events, I think the Denver one got closed because of the fact that they're not ready.
Yeah, the facility wasn't ready. We were gonna go spend a week in Denver and like do a bunch of fly fishing and stuff. I was pretty bummed about that.
Yeah, you got Shootout. That's the next one is Shootout, Texas Shootout, and then Halloween Havoc, and that will be it.
Yeah, and then I think he's doing a 10-man in December.
Yeah,
but we're probably gonna play that one.
Oh, that would be fun to do.
Yeah.
You won't have to be worried about flying or driving that much. It'll be in Texas.
Yeah.
So, but another thing is about I Hate Paintball that people ask me is that the products, like, where did you get the idea of doing, like, hey, I want to do the headbands, I want to do the shirts, and who does your products? Is it
We make everything.
oh
Everything, like,
really?
yeah, the only things that we've like put into the world that we don't make, like we source the stickers. There's no point in like us printing stickers. They're so cheap online. And then we got goggle straps made, and we got those made through Under. But like our first run of shirts, Ashley from Backwoods Photography printed those for us, and I ordered way too many because I didn't know. So I think we still have like 70 of those left.
Mm-hmm.
But all the hats, like Nick taught himself how to sew. He made all the LAX hats that everybody's wearing, all the Hurricanes hats, and then all of our stuff. And then as far as the headbands, we kind of use like Sandana and Charm City as like a template. Because in my opinion, and I don't want to speak for Nick, but I feel like he would support me on this. Those two companies, like Sandana or Venomware and Charm City, are like making like the highest quality product when it comes to headbands, and we kind of wanted to like try to emulate that, but with our own style. And like you can look at headbands like and see like the threads on them and stuff are like kind of curved, and
Right.
just through some companies like, and at least like for us, like I cook food for a living. I'm a chef, and
Oh,
that's kind of like taught me like being something can't be perfect, but like getting as close to perfect as humanly possible. That's why we don't put a lot of stuff out. Is there's stuff that just sits on a shelf, and it's like, well, yeah, we tried. And it never sees the light of day.
yeah.
At the end of the day, we want to just put out the best possible product we can. Like with our headbands, I think we gave Tyler Stringer, Hugh, and
Shout out
a
to the Jug.
handful of duet.
I was saying shout out to Tyler, the Jugs, and Cube.
Yeah, we gave like a handful of Team 13 guys at the time, like prototype headbands, and pretty much asked them to destroy them, and like would come out every so often and like look at them and check on them. Yeah, who knows? Maybe one day we'll be a massive company and they'll be worth thousands of dollars on the internet. I doubt it, but how sick would that be? Yeah, so we put like 6 months to a year of like testing the headbands out before we even like started trying to sell them.
Right.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we're doing at the Bunker Fest as well. Like, we get a lot of positive feedback, but just not that many people have like put their hands on the stuff we make. And a lot of people like look at it and they're like, "What are these two jokers up to?" Because we both have a pretty casual approach to the whole thing.
Right.
Like on like the face of it is casual, like but behind the scenes, me and Nick both take everything that we put out very seriously, and we like won't take on projects that we don't think we can complete, like at a very high level.
I mean, you're doing the best you can. I mean, and be honest with you, not gonna understand that feeling like, no one know you because you're, Louisiana kind of style and everything. You'll start in Louisiana, and people kind of talk down to Louisiana paintball. They started talking down, but now, I mean, look at y'all now. Look at Louisiana paintball now. It's like we're, thanks to y'all, as well as doing the merchandise y'all do, Louisiana paintball is starting to get the reps that they deserve.
I don't think that's us, man. I don't think we did that. I think that the people who were playing in Louisiana, I guess like the Hurricanes and like Team 13 competing like nationally, I think has a lot to do with it. And then Drew as well, providing like such an amazing facility, is bringing eyes on Louisiana paintball more than me and Nick joking around at tournaments. It might help a little bit because all I do is talk about LAX while I'm away, but yeah, I don't think that we're the reason that Louisiana paintball has gone up any points nationally.
Well, to me, in my opinion, and I
It's all
know.
because of Jesse Stevens. He is Louisiana paintball.
Okay, I gotta give it a yeah. Jesse Stevens is the OG of Louisiana paintball, and Jesse, if you're watching this, you better get an I Hate Paintball headband and wear that to LES. I mean to NXL. Wear that shit to NXL. Support it. Come on. Show where you're from. I'm just giving him a hard time.
He deserves it.
So we got another question. I'm not gonna say who because you probably already know. Did I Hate Paintball use a specific skill set in Europe to recover the taken child?
Yes.
You probably know who that's from.
Yeah. So the reason me and Nick didn't meet until 2010 is because he was away in Europe rescuing Drew's daughter.
Yeah, that's a personal question. That's a really personal. If you want to explain it to you, if you want to explain that's up to you.
I mean, Drew did a fantastic job on his episode explaining it, but yeah, Nick was away in Europe. Can't say too much about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was off doing hero shit.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, they based that movie Taken off of that story.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you know, y'all two are like brothers now, and y'all are there for each other. That's all that matters. Paintball is not just a sport; it is a family, and y'all show it. I mean, seeing you and Nick like doing the things that y'all love, even though that is a financial destroyer sport in a way, except that no one gets hurt. Well, I can't say anything. I just injured my foot or sprained it, so
yeah, it happened.
But I mean, in all honesty, you know, y'all doing what y'all love, and that's all that matters. And that's all that matters. Yeah. So, you just said that you're a chef. Mm-hmm. So, where do you cook at? Like, how long you been a chef? That's interesting.
I didn't know that. Dropped out of college when I was like 23.
Mm-hmm.
So like full-time 7 years, but I had been in kitchens. Like it's the only job I've ever held is working in kitchens. I had my first kitchen job. I was like 17.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you love it? I mean,
yeah, it's sick, man. It's a lot of work, you know.
Right.
And you know, I'm not always around the best people, but no, I truly really do enjoy it. And you know,
what's your favorite dish that you ever made?
Butter noodles, 100%.
I knew you were gonna say something like with butter and noodles.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It just depends on how I'm feeling. You know?
That's understandable. I mean, and you cook at your house. I mean,
yeah.
That's a lot of people I know that they're like, oh, I'm sick of cooking. Like I cook at work. I'm sick of cooking. I want to cook at home. But that's
yeah. It definitely. The current job I'm at, I'm working mornings, so it gives me a little more free time. So right. I have been cooking at home more. But if I was to like go back to working nights and like kind of get more into like fine dining and stuff like what I was doing,
right?
I don't think I would cook at home anymore because I would be working so much.
Right, and you're just like you're sick and tired of it.
Like, not sick and tired of it. I definitely did need a break from you know.
That's understandable, bud. That is understandable. So, okay, I got some questions from people who they always ask these lighting questions. I call it. I'm about to change it to like baby dragons questions because these are like. I'm about to call them like baby dragons because they're just like small, simple, and I'm like, all right, whatever. So, what is your favorite marker?
Like of all time or currently?
All time and currently.
I think all time, the Geo 3.5. I think it's the best paintball gun that's ever come out. And then like of the current stuff, I like the TM40. I think the Lux is the most like ergonomic, and it has the best shot. They're just a little
Right.
finicky, so people say they're not reliable. But you can throw an Eclipse gun into mud and pull it out, and it'll still shoot.
Right. So you
Yeah.
prefer playing Eclipse over the talking gun.
Uh,
That
no, if I was like playing like every weekend, I would shoot a Lux.
also you rather one that talks to you and tells you a bedtime story.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
That's why I call Luxes. They're your mommy. They tell you a bedtime story every night.
I always turn the voice off. I had like a Lux 1.0. Like I've had probably every iteration of Lux,
Right. What's your
and that's the first thing I do is turn that off.
favorite mask?
Proplex. Yeah.
JT all the way, huh?
Yeah. Or I liked grills back in the day. I wore a lot of i3s, but nothing is as comfortable as a Flex.
Over it. I had the Flex, and I'm like,
I don't like the foam on the newer Flexes. They take like a little bit longer to break in.
Yeah.
But like the older Flexes, they're the best.
They're trying to do that. Like they're trying to find that old, foam. Like you can't do it. You can't just can't. And I think that didn't JT had their 15 years or 40 years anniversary?
40-year anniversary.
Damn.
My buddy who runs Roadie's Paintball is speculating that they're going to drop new clears.
Damn, that's just 40 years since they started.
Well, they used to do like motocross and stuff.
Oh, I remember.
Well, yeah.
Oh, I remember. I think it was a buddy of mine not too long ago. He had JT Motocross, it was like a JT Motocross magazine or something like that. I'm like, holy shit, it's been 40 fucking years.
Yeah, they've been around forever.
Like, man, either we're all getting old or they're just getting too advanced. Next time, maybe the next thing that JT will come out with is a new marker.
I doubt it.
I doubt it too. I'm just saying. I mean, they brought back the Revolution.
Yeah. I don't know. They're just printing money with Flexes at this point. It doesn't matter what they put out; they're selling out of it instantly.
Right. So I think it was Jared from LAX saying about
Jared.
Jared. He asked me about fishing. Talk about fishing. What's that about?
So me and Nick both fish a lot as well. So I got like a bunch of soft plastics made to kind of test the waters and try to branch out into another thing and kind of do I hate fishing.
Oh man, if y'all do that, I would definitely buy your merch because I love to fish. I haven't been fishing in a long time. Well, it's because I'm doing this and playing and work. I don't have the time.
Yeah.
But my free time, when I don't have anything to do, I go fishing.
And I love fishing. I grew up fishing.
Oh,
I prefer freshwater fishing, like bass fishing and stuff like that. Nick is more into saltwater. But either way, I'm having a good time.
Yeah, it's also peaceful. It's But yeah, you should totally do that, dude. I hate fishing.net. Oh, that's gonna be weird. That's gonna be weird. They're gonna be like, wait, which one is it? Is it .net or .net?
Yeah, we're trying to figure out the move on that. My personal opinion, I think we should just do ihatepaintball.net/fishing. And domains are expensive, and I don't want to have to build another website. I don't know exactly how long we've been doing this whole I Hate Paintball shenanigans, but we have the entire time been saying, oh yeah, we're going to get the website up. Literally, last night, me and Nick were both working on it.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, so another question from him, of course, Jared, asking this, golf team?
Yeah, we're trying to start a golf team.
Hey,
a bunch of the Beer Cats play golf, and then me and Nick golf pretty frequently. Nick gets out a little bit more than I do, but we probably played 2 to 3 times a month. I think Nick plays once a week, sometimes. Yeah, nice.
Not the only one.
I just bought a new putter.
So I haven't played golf in a long time, so I love to play golf. I I gotta get back into it.
We've been playing out at Royal in Slidell. I don't know if you've been out there.
Yeah, I've been. Yeah, I Royal, and then there's an was a Pinewood.
Yeah,
that's the one I go to. I go to Pinewood.
Hell, man, we gonna hit you up. You gonna have to come play with us.
I was actually the well, the thing is this is that someone, well, it wasn't someone, but it was just an idea that I had in my head, like knowing that I had the other paintball lounge. I was thinking of like the golf lounge or something like that, or
golf content's blowing up right now, man. Golf is kind of cool right now.
Well, the thing is, the only reason why it's because I people can quote me this if I'm wrong, but I really think that this has really to do with it. But the EA game, like EA Sports, going back to golf games like Tiger Woods, I really think that's the reason why they got like now golfing is like masculine. Like they had a little something to do with it.
But no, it's just changing a lot. Like it's not all goofy pants and private country clubs. Like when I was younger, I didn't feel like golf was like an approachable thing for me. Like listening to hollering music and trying to learn how to kickflip. It just didn't seem like something that like someone like me would ever get to be able get to play. Like I wouldn't be like embraced by golf, I guess. And it's changing. People are putting out cool clothes.
Yeah, and it's just.
I just bought a Bush baked beans head cover. Like there's fun stuff in golf now. It's not it's not super serious all the time. Like it's like kind of gotten a little more casual, in my opinion.
Yeah, it got a little bit more casual and got a little bit more of kind of like actually, if you think about it, it's kind of almost like paintball in a way. It's like it's not too serious. It's only serious when you're like, you're about to like win the.
I mean, there's levels to anything.
Yeah, but it kind of feels more casual, like you just said. Like it does feel a little bit more casual, kind of like paintball, but not at the same level as paintball. But it's like, you're just chilling and everything. And it's a great sport. It's a great backup sport, to be honest with you. Yeah, it's a really great backup sport in my book. But that's just my book. But so the another question that a lot of people ask me a lot of questions about y'all. Because we do announce like this on Facebook and everything else, so we got a lot of questions. Especially, I saved some questions that from our TikTok, that we get emails now. Well, we get inbox now, and one of the questions I remember was that when I'm gonna have y'all on the show, and the question was this: does both of y'all call yourselves Big Sexy?
I've never called myself that once.
I think,
but when me and Nick I have a problem when I play paintball, where like we'll get like a kill off the break or something, and I want to live out my front player dreams. So I will take off down the field and get shot. And then the term that me and Nick have used for that is I'm about to get sexy with it, which means that I'm gonna wrap and just full sprint up the field,
right?
Very slowly, maybe take somebody with me, but for the most part, just get shot.
Right. So it's basically like you're just like the human shield. You might get somebody, but
in my head, I think that I'm about to blow the game open and shoot 4 people in the back. And occasionally I do get something cool to happen.
Right.
But for the most part, it's a very bad move.
Right.
Yes.
Well, okay. So I have a question for you. What was your it didn't have to be involved with paintball, but what was the biggest event that you are like you remember in your entire life? Like, what was the number one memorial or moment? There he is. Moment.
Like paintball related?
It don't have to be paintball related. You could just tell me, like,
We'll do paintball related. Nobody wants to hear me talk about my little brother and sister. I probably we played a CFOA in 2010 or 2011, and we did like really, really well at it. We got second, which sucks, but yeah. And like the group of people I was with, it was just such a good time. As me, Nick, our buddy BJ, Logan, Michael, Gary, and Brett Boudreaux. And Logan and Brett backpacked us through that tournament, and yeah, it was a good time, a lot of fun. We went to Dave and Buster's afterwards. I won a food processor.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you went to Dave and Buster's and got a food processor.
Dude, Dave and Buster's used to be the move after tournaments.
Yeah, but I don't know about the ones here in New Orleans.
I've been to the one in New Orleans. It's okay.
It's not the best. I always say that. I've been there and not the best. Could do a little bit more.
I've spent a lot of time after tournaments at Dave and Buster's.
So nowadays it's like, oh, after LAX, well, let's just stay at Drusilla and eat good food.
Yeah. That or we go to Coretta's or Phil's Marina Cafe, the coldest beer in town.
Shoot. Okay, did Drew get his recipe from you?
For what? No.
Like all his foods? Did you give him like secret recipes or anything like that?
No, the only recipe Drew's ever asked me for is I cooked, what did I make? It's not important, I guess. I made Jesse asked me to make tacos one time when he was down, so I made a couple different kinds of tacos and I pickled some shallots. And he asked me the recipe for the pickled shallots. That's all Drew.
So that's the only recipe. Dang.
Yeah, that's the only thing he's ever. I mean, like we talk about food. Drew knows his stuff. He knows what he's doing.
You and Drew should open a restaurant one day. Billy,
at
make
the paintball field. Get
that would be awesome. That would be dope. That would be dope. Shoot, that would make money. Shoot. Hey, it could be a food truck. Be like, y'all go to the Bunk Fest. Shoot. Hey, it might be an idea, Drew. So if you're watching, idea. So are you actually thinking about, by any chance, like thinking about going to like NXL events or events that are like
maybe down the road? You know, the issue with going to NXLs is I don't know the number off the top of my head, but I think it's like $1,500 for a 10x10 booth. And like while the exposure would be like good, you know, like going into a paintball tournament where like paintball there's not a lot of money in it, you know, and it's very expensive to play a tournament, so like not a lot of people are like spending like extra money to like buy headbands or stickers or whatever. So like to go and automatically be in a $1,500 hole, to be in an NXL, it's kind of not really in the cards for us right now. And honestly, I really enjoy going to like more regional tournaments like Bunker Fest or USXBL, hopefully an MVPS here soon, and like kind of staying, I guess, like grassroots about it rather than doing the NXLs.
I mean, some people ask me this, that you should think about doing like Wizzball, like, you know, going to like.
We definitely have talked about trying to go and like have a booth at a scenario. I wanted to go to what is it, C-Day?
Oh,
yeah.
I've
never played a scenario ever in my life, and I feel like I've kind of shorted myself paintball wise, never doing that. So.
Well, I'm not here to promote. I'm not here to promote, even though we are. Spoiler alert: the Paintball Lounge will be at Brock's Field for the John Wick scenario. That is October 7th. We're gonna have a booth there, so you should try going there and just to play, man. Because I can tell you play now.
To check the calendar, I have 2 events in Texas.
Oh yeah,
in
that's
October.
Right. That's right.
I have a Bunker Fest. I'm going to do a concert out there the weekend before Bunker Fest.
That's right. I forgot that Halloween Havoc is the same day as the scenario, but the closest one is Rocks at Paintball Republic, and I'm gonna tell you playing out like his scenarios. You know, it's the only one that's actually not so far away to drive or fly.
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun. So
Yeah, I
something
definitely want to go out to one. I've never played one, and like all I hear is like how much fun they are.
I could tell you probably now that the one I went to was a Robin Hood event, and um, I'm not trying to hate on everybody, but it was me, Mike Woods, and my best friend. We should have been on the King John side because of the fact Stephen Choppa,
Yeah.
and the rest of Team Savages were on their side, on that side. So we're kind of like, yeah, we should have been on King John. Like, I was kind of regret, but it's lots of fun. It's something that you and Nick need to think about doing.
Oh, I definitely want to
Oh yeah, so whenever
go hang out in the woods and click clack with my EMAC, shoot a case of paint over 3 days.
well, if you're gonna do like something like that, I recommend like playing Super Game.
Okay.
Super Game, or if you heard of a guy named Baker, I think his name is Baker. He does stuff in UK, and I've seen him playing Blitzball all the time. Or Wolf, he played at TXR. You know, all these scenarios are really fun for you and Nick to play, and get the word out about I hate paintball. It's a great
I'm
way.
also in a Facebook group. Like once a month, a bunch of mag-fed paintball guys play out in Texas.
Oh God!
And we've talked about doing that a lot. I want to get a vest.
Well, I mean, we do sell vests, and I hate the paintball lounge. We do sell vests, and it's kind of like I'm not gonna try and get into details there, but I know that there's like a heavy set one and I call it heavy set because it's like that combat kind of style.
What are you trying to say, Zach?
Nice. Not like you heavy. No, I'm talking about like this thing is like combat, like the police officer, and then you got the lightweight one, which is like thin, like it's like super. I'm like, the fuck is this? Like a freaking mosquito net? That's how thin it is. I'm like, what the hell? But not trying to hate on Hex. He does a great product. He made these shirts. He does a great product. We do sell beds, and that way we, hey, you're my friend, and I'll see if I can give you a discount.
Okay.
So now it's the time you ask me any questions that you like to ask about the paintball lounge or anything like that.
Oh, okay. My first question is, when are you gonna make my husband plays paint? I don't remember the exact words, but it was like, "Don't mess with me, my husband plays paintball" or something. I need that shirt. I need it. I need a shirt that says "My husband plays paintball."
Here's the story about that. I can't give credit to me. I didn't come up with this. It was actually my girlfriend Danielle.
Okay.
She's the one that came up with this idea to have, because this was during the time that LEX had the King of the South, actually the first King of the South, and I was still waiting on the pictures from Corey. Shout out to AP Photography. She came up with the idea of that. Like, she wanted a T-shirt that says that. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna make this as a picture frame, like a picture of me says that, hey, don't mess with me, my son or my boyfriend. And we just haven't got the idea of like what are we gonna do as a picture wise, like on the graphic, because I don't want to. I don't want to do like where like oh, it's a picture of this guy, because you don't ever know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So we're still trying to come up with the idea of the design of the don't mess with me, my such as it's a paintball player, because I've seen a lot of people doing the same shirts in a way, and I don't want to be like a copyright person, because a lot of people already copyright think that I took Dynasty's dragon. I'm like, no, my dragon, totally different one. But so that's what we're waiting on. That's
Dynasty doesn't own blue dragons.
Yeah, no, tell me about it. Thank you for saying that. But no, that's the reason why we haven't done it yet, is because we're still trying to figure out like what design should we do, so we don't feel copyrighted or we're taking somebody else's design.
Yeah, I got you.
Yep, trying to be original.
I think other than that, like I don't. When did you start playing? Because like you were kind of like already out there when I like resurfaced in the paintball world.
So I remember that it was, I've been playing for 11 years, and I think the first time I ever played was, it was at Paintball Command. I will never forget this because it was during the time they had the Enver Mini package deal, and my sister's ex-boyfriend, I don't want to get too detailed because of that asshole, but he was playing paintball. He had the Playing Eclipse E-Tech 4, and it was my first time playing it. Well, I was first doing with a Tipman 98 basic one, not the fancy one, and then I upgraded myself to Enver Mini. And ever since then, it's been history. There was times that I did take a break. COVID was one of them, of course, which was kind of sucky because the moment that COVID hit, I bought the eMech. So yeah, and I bought my eMech, and I bought the eMech and the my mask after my uncle Chris gave me a JT like it was a JT mask, but it was not in good condition. Throw that sucker away.
What?
And
It's probably worth $1 million now.
Well, you know, you live and learn. You live and learn. So, yeah, after I bought my mask and the gun and my tank, COVID hit, and I'm like,
yeah.
So yeah, for 11 years, I have to be 12. Okay. Can you believe that?
yeah. I just, like I said, like you kind of surfaced when, like, you know, like when I was like gone, so there was a bunch of people who were like at LAX that I had never met. You know, just a different level of experience out here.
Yeah, I don't know. Now everything else is history because you're one of my closest friends.
Oh yeah, man.
Or my family, my familia. But you got any more questions, bud?
I think that's all I got. I didn't know that I was gonna get a question portion, so I didn't prepare. So I'm shooting from the hip.
You know, kind of like to lead something out for y'all. Like put you underneath the buzz, like be like, hey, you know,
yeah,
got any questions? Lay on me. Yeah, one day I will play ICPL with you and Drew and Nick and all y'all because that's one thing I really want to do.
Hopefully in the future we have enough internet clout to like put in like I hate paintball teams at these events.
Oh yeah,
you know, and just give more people opportunities to go out and play paintball.
Yeah, that's the whole point of it, is like just to get more people to play paintball on Sunday.
Or any day. Sunday paintball's thing.
Yeah, I know. I was just joking. It's any day, actually. It's any day. Any day. All right, Joey. Thank you for coming on the show. It was awesome having you, man.
Me, man. We've been trying to get this done for a while. I'm glad we finally got to do it.
Yeah, I was just explaining that like the reason why we couldn't is because of scheduling. Your schedule and my schedule.
We did it a good way where it was just me, so then you can recycle this and then ask Nick these same questions later down the road.
Oh, I will.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Get 2 for 1.
Oh, trust me. There will be a part 2. There will be a part 2 when he's available.
The .NET sequel.
But like I said, Joey, thank you for coming on the show, man. It was awesome having you. Later.
Follow us on Instagram. Give me all your money. Bye.
Oh my god. All right, man. Guys, that was Joey from I Hate Paintball. You know, really great guy. Awesome show, you know. And that's the thing about these interviews. You know, you just don't know. You never know what's gonna happen. That's why I don't leave a script. I don't go by a script. I just go with the flow. Because it's just more fun like if you just go with the flow and you just, loosen up and just don't feel tight. And that's, this was an awesome interview. It really was. And I had loads of fun. I always have loads of fun with these interviews. And that's why I like to keep on doing this more and more and more and more. More interviews and get to know people as well as, companies. So, but before we go, there is a homework. Yeah, not like more like a homework, more of a request that I would like y'all, the fans of the Paintball Lounge, TPL. There is a quest. So, not only just we need to get Nick on the show, but let's see if we can get a pro player. I want to test the waters. Let's see if we can get a pro player on here. I have talked to a couple pro players with the Hurricanes, but I gotta go by their schedule and everything because I know they're about to play another event in Chicago. I think it is. I think that's the Chicago event. But guys, let's see if we can get a pro player on the show. I don't care who it is at this point. I want to test the waters. I want to test my limits. I want to test the waters and see if we can get a pro player on the show. So if you know anybody who's a pro player, it don't matter what team they're on. It could be in Austin Notorious, it could be Dynasty, it could be Infamous, it could be the Canes, it could be X Factor. It could be any pro player there is on the paintball field, in the paintball world. Let's test the waters. Let's see if we can get a pro player on the show and learn their story, like how it all started from the time they started from, the beginning, the very beginning, to where they are now and how they are, like how they feel. So let's get a pro player on here as well as this. So get a pro player for a male, but let's get a pro player again with a female. We already did with Haley, but let's get another one. Let's test the waters. Come on, y'all. Let's test the waters and let's try to get let's get pro players onto the show. So if you know anybody, please let them know that, hey, the Paintball Lounge, we're looking for pro players to interview, whether it's female and male, to get sides of their story, how it all started for them. But I've been your host, Zachary. This has been the Paintball Lounge. We'll see y'all in the next episode. And remember with this, paintball is not just a sport. It is family. I'll see y'all later.